this upcoming Saturday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time, live on Triller Fight Club pay-per-view, also on Fight TV as well. We have a tremendous card from top to bottom. You heard about Vitor Belfort and Evander Holyfield. Also, the co-main event, it features the former UFC middleweight champion of the world, the Spider, Anderson Silva, who makes his second jump inside the boxing ring. Standing across the ring from him will be the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, the Huntington Beach bad boy, Tito Ortiz. Also, a matchup between two British friends who will settle their score inside the boxing ring. The former Cruiserweight champion of the world and former heavyweight titleist David Haye will make his return to the ring as he will take on the billionaire Joe Fournier, who possesses an undefeated record. To begin the night, we have Andy Vincent matching up against Joan O'Carroll. And awesome, doing alternative commentary, we have the former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, alongside his son, Donald Jr. They will be providing additional commentary as to what is going to take place this upcoming Saturday night. Now, originally, Vitor Belfort was supposed to fight Oscar De La Hoya, but Oscar De La Hoya came down with COVID-19. We wish him all the best on a speedy recovery, but Evander Holyfield stepped up and said he is ready to go and test himself, and now we're here at the Seminole Hard Rock, getting ready for a big night of action this upcoming Saturday night, all brought to you by Triller Fight Club. Today, you are going to see the former Cruiserweight and Heavyweight Champion of the world, Evander Holyfield, work out, and also, you're going to see the Phenom, Vitor Belfort, also inside the boxing ring as he is looking for his second professional victory as a pro boxer. Should be a very compelling night of action. What's going to happen, I don't know, but all I know is you will get plenty of entertainment. Also, Triller is led by our president, that being Ryan Cavanaugh, the CEO, also Bobby Snarnovich, and also our COO, Thurston Meyer. A big night coming your way this upcoming Saturday. Jim Lampley will be on the call alongside Sean Porter. I'll be on the call. Also, Sean Wheelock, a part of the broadcast team as well. And then we talked about the alternative commentary team of the former president, Donald J. Trump, and Donald Jr. tomorrow. Same time, right here on Fight TV and Triller TV, we will have the final press conference featuring Evander Holyfield and Vitor Belfort as we further dive into this unique matchup that we are seeing presented here to the sport of boxing. We are very much looking forward to what Saturday night will bring. Evander Holyfield is getting his hands wrapped right now at the moment. Once he is done, we'll come in, we'll talk to Evander and get his thoughts on being a late replacement, how he's feeling. Originally, Evander was supposed to fight Kevin McBride back in June on the undercard of Teo Fema Lopez and George Kambosos, but Teo Fema came down with COVID-19, pushing the fight back, and Evander Holyfield always stays ready. I can't believe even at 58 years of age, he still has a desire, a zest for combat, and boy, oh boy, does he have a tall task in Vitor Belfort. And on the opposite side, Vitor goes from fighting a smaller man in Oscar De La Hoya to now matching up against the former heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Holyfield. Both men are looking to make a statement on Saturday night. Again, it all goes down from the Seminole Hard Rock here in South Florida, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Do not forget to join us and tell your family and friends, because this is going to be a unique and entertaining night of not just boxing, but of entertainment, musical acts as well. The event produced by Nigel Lithgow from American Idol and so many other quality programs that have generated millions of fans all over the United States and all over the world. And you are going to see something that you probably have never seen before. But the main event, Evander Holyfield, Vitor Belfort, Ray Flores, privileged to be here in South Florida. So tomorrow, the press conference at 1 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. On Friday, we will have the official weigh-in featuring all the fighters. You will see that again at 1 Eastern, 10 in the morning Pacific time. And then Saturday, we get the action going. And do not forget to join us. It's a little hot here in South Florida, but we are looking forward to talking with Evander Holyfield, the former Cruiserweight and Heavyweight Champion of the world. And again, this event was supposed to take place at Staples Center in Los Angeles, and when Oscar De La Hoya came down with COVID-19, the event shifted to South Florida, and I give credit to the entire Triller Fight Club and the entire Triller team for being able to move an event on just over a week's notice from one part of the country to the other, get everybody here, get everybody licensed and ready to go. And we are inching closer to fight night, just 3 days away, as we are here on a Wednesday. Tomorrow, the press conference, weigh-in Friday, fight on Saturday. And as we mentioned, the former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and his son, Donald Jr. They will be here in South Florida. They will be providing alternative commentary, and we are awaiting Evander Holyfield. Let's actually go and see how he is with, I believe he's getting the final touches done with him and John David Jackson in his corner. His entire team has him focused and ready to go. And Evander taking this fight on just over a week's notice against the phenom Vitor Belfort. And talked with Evander in April.
Evander was about to sue their ass. Hey, let me turn it down a little minute, tell you what's going on. This is the media workout, obviously, for Evander Holyfield and Vitor Belfort down in Florida. The press conference is tomorrow. Evander Holyfield is 58 years old. Last fight, was it 10 years ago against Brian Nielsen? Of course, a late step in. Oscar De La Hoya came down with the COVID. The undercard is going to feature Tito Ortiz and Anderson Silva. Andy Vincent versus John O'Carroll. David Haye, you might as well say he's out of retirement. He's fighting his homie. $50 on pay-per-view. Jim Lampley, Donald Trump going to be commentating. That sounds crazy as shit, doesn't it? Along with Sean Porter. I want to see how he moves around in the ring. That's what I want to see. I mean, he's 58. It's crazy, right? Now, Evander Holyfield his name doesn't carry the same casual weight as a Mike Tyson or Roy Jones or Oscar De La Hoya. So I'm wondering, like, what's the appeal when people hear, like, what the fuck? Holyfield fighting this weekend? Oh, I got to buy that. You know? I don't know, cuz. We're going to see, though. No, but he's already been in fight shape. He's been trying to get this fight going with Kevin McBride. And apparently this fight's not going to have any headgear. 8 2-minute rounds. It's crazy, man. It sounds crazy to me, but hey, I'm going to be here Saturday covering the fight. I'm covering the whole card, and to be in fact. I just hope it's not all long and drawn out with the musical acts. I think there are musical acts, though. Check down below in the description box. I'm pretty sure I put that stuff down there. But, you know, he's 58. Here, let me pull up his box rec real quick while we're here. Let me turn it back up. By the way, take your time out. Like the video. Subscribe. Depending, looks like we're going to be here for about 2 hours or so, because immediately after this is the Oscar Valdez press conference, which should be short, but still want to watch it, stream it, talk about it. I'll be back. I'm going to do some things in the background. Please subscribe. Like the video.
Oh, I would win. The next day, he doubled down on it and said, no, I would actually beat you. David Haye didn't take too kindly to that. Well, now they get their opportunity to see who's going to be able to back it up on Saturday, as David Haye and Joe Fournier will match up as a part of our pay-per-view. Also, John O'Carroll and Andy Vincent, they will square off, and that'll begin the night on...
You know what I think about? I think about how Bernard Hopkins got knocked out of the ring. How Bernard Hopkins got knocked out of the ring by Joe Smith. And I was at Bernard Hopkins' last ever media workout. I was at his media workout. And he just was like tippy-toeing around the ring with these baby steps. Like, I want to see how Evander Holyfield move. You ever go see the last Rambo movie, or you ever see it? And how Sylvester Stallone got like that old man walk? One of my friends over in LA, Rob Suarez, he went to the Chuck Liddell media workout, and he just was like, yo, you know who look like an old ass dog trying to get up? Look, you're like, oh man, you know, let me just cover the media workout. All right, I'm gonna shut up, you guys. Please take your time out, like the video, subscribe. You know, I just hope, listen, I hope for the best, and I'm entertained by the spectacle, but that's pretty much it.
Do we want to talk with Evander beforehand or afterwards? Let's talk with Evander before you get going with your workout. Evander, you know, before you get going with your workout, I want to get your thoughts. Short notice. You, Vitor Belfort. How did you get the call? When did you find out? And tell us about being here.
No, I didn't say that. Don't twist my words.
On Saturday
Don't
night.
take it out of context.
Well, it's obvious that Oscar come down with COVID, and they needed somebody to fight. So they asked me, and I was trying to figure out, man, I'm bigger than Oscar now. But they said they want to fight, and I accepted. So I'm here.
Yeah, I felt like it didn't take too much time for you to be able to go and say yes, because I know you were clamoring for a fight. You were supposed to fight Kevin McBride, and when that fight got postponed because of Teo Fema Lopez testing positive, then you were kind of in no man's land in many instances. But did you stay training? Obviously, you look in impeccable shape. I feel like you didn't take a day off of training.
Well, training is what I do. And so I guess the big thing is, telling the young people, if you do things right, they're going to work out for you. So I feel that, you have to tell older people the same thing, because regardless if you're old or young, you have to do things right.
In your mind, going ahead and fighting a guy like Vitor Belfort, who has a unique style, how do you prepare for somebody like that? I mean, you've been in the ring against everybody, but how do you prepare mentally for somebody like Vitor Belfort?
It's a game. Boxing, the game, MMA. I'm telling you, they're different. So, I'm sure if I was getting into his game, I would be in trouble. He getting in my game, he in trouble.
I like that. Now, being away from the ring for over 10 years, how are you feeling? I mean, are you glad to be able to get back in the ring and test your skills once again?
Well, the big thing when it was taking 2 years because I was looking to fight somebody else who, not my age, but younger, but still, I realized that, I'm in good shape. If I don't get out of shape, then I don't have to worry about it. And it just, it's just me fighting. If I were fighting MMA, I'd be in trouble. And just like he boxing, he in trouble.
So how much did you miss being away from the crowd, being away from the fans, being away from this kind of atmosphere, main eventing on pay-per-view? You did it so many times over again, but how much did you miss it? And how much are you looking forward to making that ring walk on Saturday?
Well, it's not like I really missed it. It's just the fact is when Tyson and I just so happened to be doing something, and people said, what would happen if them two guys? And, they offered so much money that, I figured I'd take another chance with somebody that I already don't beat.
Yeah.
And so from that point, I started getting in shape because the fact of the matter, it took a lot of time for me to even start looking good. Now, and I think I look all right here. But, it took 2 years for me to start looking okay.
And also, on Saturday, we just heard yesterday that the former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and his son, Donald Jr., will be providing alternative commentary. Donald Trump, and he actually hosted a couple of your fights. What does that mean for you to be able to have the former president of the United States, someone who you know quite well, dating back to, when you were at your apex as heavyweight champion of the world?
Well, Donald Trump, when Atlantic City became real big because Donald Trump was running the boxing. So, he do a great job, and I'm honored to just know that he would sit there and take time to be part of the commentary.
Yeah, well, it's going to be very interesting, very unique. I mean, I don't even remember a situation like this. And for those who are doubting you, because people are saying, with everything you've done, Evander, why come back? Why the return? What do you want to tell those who are wondering the question, why?
Well, the big thing is we always get information to the young people. And we say, if you don't quit, everything will be all right. Then when you get older, then you start quitting. When you stop taking care of yourself older, then you start falling down and hurt yourself. Still, if you take care of yourself, my whole thing is that I was young at one point in time, and I didn't get the bad habits. So older, now I can speak to both. I'm older, I'm 58 years old, and they say, well, you're taking a chance, but you'll never be successful in life if you don't take no chances. And I'm telling you, little kids learn how to walk and all that because they look up and see somebody walk. And when you see somebody doing something, you feel that you can do it too. And then when you get older, then parents say, well, I have enough. I guess I don't have to do that. Then, Then they mad because they sit in the chair. Now the chair itself broke him down, because when people walk and all that, you'll find that people who walk, the safest exercise in the world is just walking. If people just take time and just walk, they'll be all right.
Well, champ, thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you work out, and we look forward to talking with you tomorrow during the final press conference.
Thank you.
By the way,
Real deal, Evander Holyfield. We're going to get out of the ring, let him work out. The former Cruiserweight and Heavyweight Champion of the world against Vitor Belfort this Saturday live on Triller Fight Club pay-per-view.
By the way, he'll be 59 years old in just a couple of weeks. I'm tripping. A month and I thought it was October. He'll be 59
Again, ladies
October
and
the
gentlemen,
19th.
you're watching the Evander Holyfield workout here
About
on
5 weeks. 59 years
Fight
old.
TV and Triller Fight Club. Wherever you're joining us around the world, we thank you so much.
That's
We
Janera,
have
the former
our lovely
Tecate
ring
girl.
girls also from Triller Fight Club joining us.
Nah, Evander Holyfield, I want to see you work out. Don't get some
have
pads
the-
or something in there.
Our outstanding team.
There we
As
go.
we mentioned, tomorrow the press conference at 1 Eastern, 10 in the morning Pacific time. Going to be a unique and entertaining night of boxing and entertainment. As we mentioned, alternative commentary being brought to you by the former President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and his son, Donald Jr. It is great to be here in South Florida, the Seminole Hard Rock. Here in South Florida, we'll be rocking on Saturday night, and we look forward to watching and being a part of this outstanding night of entertainment, boxing, and music combined under one banner. It is Triller Fight Club Legends 2 and the visionary behind American Idol, and So You Think You Can Dance, talking about Nigel Lithgow producing the entire show. Also want to thank our entire Triller team, talking about Ryan Kavanaugh, Bobby Snarnovich, COO Thorsten Meyer, our esteemed publicist Bernie Barmazel as well. If you're just joining us,
Come on,
you're
Evander,
watching
show
the
me some
Evander Holyfield
moves.
workout here in South Florida, 3 days away from his matchup against the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Vitor Belfort. We'll let Evander work out, and then we'll come back and get ready for the Phenom, Vitor Belfort. Evander working out with John David Jackson, his trainer for this fight.
By the way, those clear masks do look kind of dumb. I thought she had like a tooth retainer on or something. By the way, that's Janera, former Tecate girl. Glad to see her back. Y'all think Vitor Belfort's going to get beat up, or y'all think Holyfield too long in the tooth? He'll be 59 on October the 19th. The fight's going to be $49.99 on fight.tv. I put it down below in the description box. The co-feature, if you want to call it that, is going to be, which is going to bring a lot of eyes to the sport or to the event, is Anderson Silva versus Tito Ortiz. Remember, Anderson Silva defeated Chavez Jr. in a boxing match, and it would be Chavez Jr. to lose to an MMA fighter. Even though Silva is a billion times more talented than Chavez Jr. That's John David Jackson there, former trainer Sergey Kovalev, current trainer Clarissa Shields. He cut his ponytail. I mean, I don't like those stiffness of the legs, Evander, but you know the man's 59 years old. I mean, what are we gonna say? Oh no, bro. I don't know, man. I don't like the way that looks. Them punch mechanics though, and them hooks were a little. I don't know, dog. I don't know, man. What the hell those Nets got on? Some old Dominican shit. He probably great pass out. So basically in the interview before, he was pretty much saying that, yeah, they called up with the money. And he was like, you know I'm bigger than Belfort, right? I mean, you know I'm bigger than Oscar, right? I wonder what he's going to weigh in at. Come on, Evander. You ain't tired yet. Really, that's it? That's all you gonna do? Yeah, do some shadow boxing. Do something. Vitor Belfort is 44 years old? Let me check real quick. I think Vitor Belfort is 44. Yes, he is 44. He turned 44 in April. Holyfield turns 59 in October. Maybe the gloves were too heavy for him. I don't know. I'm just joking around. I don't know, bro. Listen, I mean, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. I don't know, cuz this is gonna be crazy. Yeah, I'm thinking of Evander about 220. I would say 220, 230. You know, that was like he was weighing in during his last fights about 220, 230. But he's 60 now, so you know that's a lot of extra weight up in there. He probably like 250 on the low. You know, them old people be real dense. Like, to me, this is like Hulk Hogan coming back to wrestle right now. Well, anyway, Holyfield was making a stink because he's supposed to fight Kevin McBride. So Triller owed him some money. So my understanding, and I'm just paraphrasing, breaking it down, Triller was like, yo, why don't you fucking fight Belfort? And he was like, yo, you know I'm bigger than Oscar De La Hoya, right? I was like, fuck it, we're going to move that shit to Florida. Triller is really in hell. Oh, man, look, he done. He done. Oh, no. Oh, Lord.
You are watching the Evander Holyfield workout here in Miami, as we are but a few days away until Evander takes on the Phenom Vitor Belfort. The champ making his rounds for the media here alongside John David Jackson. Looks focused and determined. Kind of like, riding a bike, right, champ?
Well, yeah, in a sense, been doing it so long, 30 years. What can you say?
So do you feel like this trend that we're starting to see with guys like yourself and Mike Tyson and Roy Jones and Oscar De La Hoya coming back, do you think that this is going to add another layer of your professional careers? Because when you were in your heyday, something like this wasn't around. You didn't really see much of this. You saw it maybe sporadically, maybe every 10 years. Muhammad Ali, did his thing with Antonio Inoki, a few things like that. But do you think that we might start to see guys from your generation or even younger generations that no longer are fighting kind of dive into this world once again?
Well, you would think so. I think the most important thing, I want the amateur program to get better because, you learn how to box when you're young, and you start as a kid, Because people tend to ask, how did you do this? I said, at 8 years old, if you stick to it, you're going to be very good at it. I'm saying, you ain't gonna find many people start at a real young age and not become successful because when they start at age, they don't quit. And if you don't quit at a young age, that's what love is really about. And the success of love is always going to be greater than anything.
Well, you're adored by fight fans all over the world because of the risks that you took over the course of your career.
Like, oh, shit, Ray Flores, what the fuck?
Do you like the fact that you're going to be able to introduce yourself to a younger audience? Because Triller is about merging all ages together. Not only just boxing, but you're seeing the entertainment aspect as well. Do you like that guys that are maybe in their early 20s that don't necessarily have those vivid memories like how I do are going to be able to be exposed to Evander Holyfield?
Well, yes, because the fact of the matter, if you really know what love is about who do you want to be better than you, and so, you know, I'm going over the hill, going over and going down. So, in the point of going down, you want to pass things out, and because for my love for the sport itself, boxing, I would like to see the guys become better, and you know, it was just like. When I was told at 8 years old that I could be like Muhammad Ali, and my coach asked me, he said, "What do you think?" I looked at him and I said, "Well, I got to ask my mama." He said, "No, but I'm asking you." I said, "Yeah, but if I don't ask my mama, I can't even try." And so this stuff, you know, success starts at home. It's about who getting you this information and telling you, well, you find something that you love, you stay in it. You don't make other decision to, oh, this is what I love.
Old man rambling now.
Turn my attention to this, you know. So my mother kept me on the proper line.
You brought up your family. What does your family say when they went ahead and found out, hey, that you agreed to this fight against Vitor Belfort? What went through their minds?
Oh, they were mad.
They were mad.
They were mad, telling me that, you know, Daddy, you got to understand, you old. I said, well, you old too. I said, you just ain't as old as me. I said, but you don't let. I'm saying, I said, and I had to explain it to them that, you know, I said, this is what I love. This is what I do better than anything. I said, now, of course, you can't do this now. I said, but because I love it and I know what I'm doing. I said, you know, I said, if I felt I'm a winner, all my life I want to win and everything. I would cry by anything that I didn't win in. I realized, well, don't play the stuff you ain't good in. Play the thing that you're good in. Then you end up sticking to one thing. You'll find what you love when you don't like losing. I ain't like losing, so, you know, boxing was the sport that I chose that I ain't have to worry about a coach telling me I couldn't go in because, you know, football was my thing.
Yeah.
I love football, but the coaches, my mom said, the coaches determine who go in.
Oh, we going to be here all night.
She said, you going to bet on the coach or you going to bet on yourself? So I bet on myself, so like the boxing coach, don't nobody tell you, oh, you ain't doing good, get out of here.
Not a team sport.
They push you out there. So this is what, you know, this is what happened to me, and this is what I want to pass on to the young and the old.
Well, you are definitely an inspiration, Evander. Thank you so much for your workout. We look forward to talking with you tomorrow during the press conference and getting closer to fight week. 3 days away until you make your return against Vitor Belfort.
Thank you.
Evander Holyfield joining us here, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go ahead and take a little bit of a pause as we await Vitor Belfort, who is making his way here. Great to see all the media. Esteemed writer Mike Coppinger from ESPN in the house. Great to see so many. Mike Heck as well, doing a great job. Also, we got Nestor Gibbs, a wonderful array of media. We thank them for all their tireless support. And if we can, look over at our lovely ring girls who are doing a wonderful job. Nigel Lithgow, the brains behind American Idol, and So You Think You Can Dance, presenting Legends #2, as we are awaiting the entrance of Vitor Belfort, the Phenom, and also...
Here, let's talk. Hey, listen, that ain't look too good to me, champs. I don't know. How y'all feeling about that? Listen, I got some bad feelings, man. And what really stuck with me is that, like, his family was, like he said, his family was mad. Bruh. So Vitor Belfort is about to come out. He's going to do his workout. And I want to see, who's this man? You know this man?
Was very instrumental in helping to keep Atlantic City vibrant during the heydays of the 80s and the early 90s, hosting many events. He actually hosted 2 of Evander Holyfield's fights that I can recollect.
That's right. Yeah, I've seen the photographs of it. So, yeah, he was really, into it, and he kept boxing alive during that time.
Well, he did combat sports alive as well, because he was very instrumental working with, MMA entities as well. So, it's obvious that he just loves the fight business and loves watching these guys compete.
That's right. Masvidal is going to be with him on the night. So he's going to be assisting in the commentating.
So Jorge Masvidal will be there as well.
Indeed, yeah.
Alongside Donald J. Trump, and his son, Donald Jr.
That's right. And Crime Faces, Al Crime Faces is going to be there to lend a bit of levity to the program.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are very much looking forward to that. Let's talk about how this all came about, because we were originally supposed to be in Los Angeles at Staples Center. Oscar tests positive for COVID-19, and now we're here in South Florida, in Miami, obviously a different part of the country, but how quickly that changed and how quickly Triller was able to put it together.
Yes, indeed. I don't think anyone has moved across the country so fast. And don't forget, we've had some really bad luck with Triller. We were here in Miami in June, and we lost Teo Fema to COVID. Now we lost Oscar to COVID. So hopefully nobody now will get COVID here in Florida, which is, peaking at the moment with COVID cases.
Well, it's obvious. I mean, look, show business. The show must go on. And I think that's so emblematic of what Triller is doing when it comes to yourself and Ryan Kavanaugh, Bobby Snarnovich. I mean, the entire brain trust within Triller working very hard to make sure that the event still happens.
That's right. And we've still got great artists, because the whole ethos of Triller is to mix entertainment and boxing together. So you get a really good evening's entertainment with music and martial arts.
No doubt about it. And that's what I was talking to Evander about, that he's going to be exposed to a younger audience. So if you're 15, 16 years old and you heard about the stories about Evander Holyfield beating Mike Tyson and having those big wins over George Foreman and what he did in the Cruiserweight division, now you get an opportunity to see that up close and personal on Saturday night.
That's right. And it is historic. I mean, he is an icon of boxing, as was Mike Tyson. So Triller brought you Mike Tyson. Now they're bringing you Evander Holyfield.
And also for Vitor Belfort, let's talk about his mindset. He was supposed to fight Oscar De La Hoya. I was at the press conference in Los Angeles. There was a massive size difference. Now, Vitor goes from being the bigger man to being the smaller man.
Yeah, there's a hell of a difference between Evander Holyfield and Oscar. I mean, there's a huge difference. And as you rightly say, Vitor now becomes the smaller guy. So, but he's still an animal in the ring. So, I understand that Evander is taking the odds at the moment, and they all think he's going to win. But, I'm not so sure.
Well, I saw Vitor, and even watching his training camp footage, because he had a workout about a week and a half ago, he looks in impeccable shape. Vitor's never out of bad shape, but he is really hitting his stride heading into Saturday night.
Well, the great thing is Evander has also been in training camp right the way through till the end of August. So they're both going to be at their peaks. And Evander looks great, doesn't he?
No, he does. I mean, it was just unbelievable. When I came in the gym and saw him, I'll be honest with you, Nigel, I was blown away at how good he looked.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. I mean, I saw him a number of years ago. We were both given an Ellis Island honor. I was given the international honor. And Evander was on the same evening as I was. And he spoke for a long time about his career. He's a remarkable man.
Oh, no question about it. And I think that just what Triller is doing is something that is so unique and different with all these the artists that we have on the show on Saturday, the fact that Donald Trump is going to be commentating alternative commentary. I mean, this is something we're hitting you from all different angles here.
Yeah, and as you rightly say, it's been tough moving from LA to here in Fort Lauderdale. It's also going to be tough to have the two separate entities, the two separate programs going on at the same time, because we've got the sort of Jim Lampley program, if you like, and we've got the President Trump program. So that's not going to be easy either. Triller keeps throwing difficulties at us, and we somehow manage to do it.
I almost feel like and this is the truth, because I love him to death. I really do. Ryan Kavanaugh, Bobby Snarnovich. I think that they love these challenges in setting the bar higher and higher and doing just different things that are totally out of the realm of, conventional wisdom.
I think they are both crazy geniuses. And to be frank, whether you like Trump or you don't like Trump, the very fact that he's coming here, not as a politician, but as a boxing commentator, you will want to listen to what he's got to say.
Well, listen, that's the bottom line, is that we have the former president of the United States, doing commentary of a prize fight. It doesn't matter what president, but especially somebody like Donald Trump, who has, without a doubt, been a polarizing figure. Whether you love him or you hate him, he gets a reaction out of you.
Sure. Well, I'm hoping that Triller will not put him in the ring together with Joe Biden, because I wouldn't want to see that.
Yeah. Let's hope that that doesn't happen. But I'm looking forward to hearing the kind of analysis that President Trump has. I mean, because he knows, the sport, and obviously he's passionate about it. So, look, it's something unique and different, and I think it is. Who knows? We might see more politicians potentially try to get involved with this. I mean, look at all the legends that we're seeing in boxing now jumping back into the ring.
Yeah, well, I hope not too many politicians go in the ring. Yeah. I mean, none of them are knockouts, are they?
No, not at all. I would agree with you on that one. Nigel, my last question to you. What is the one thing that you are looking forward to most on Saturday? Because, you look great, but I'm sure that you haven't gotten much sleep because of all the different changes and things that are happening.
And I don't feel great, trust me. What am I looking forward to? A really good evening's entertainment. We've got some great music with Lanai, Anita, and Henter DeZona. There's this very special duet with Snoop Dogg and Marvin Gaye.
I cannot wait for that. Oh, my gosh.
So I'm looking forward to getting feedback on the actual night. I think it's going to be a great evening.
Nigel Lithgow, ladies and gentlemen, joining us. He is the brains behind American Idol and so many other entertainment programs, and he's a part of Triller Fight Club. It is a pleasure to work with him. It's a pleasure to see him, and we look forward to more of this over the course of the week, Nigel.
Thank you, Ray. And aren't the ring girls beautiful?
Absolutely. It's hard for me to concentrate, I'll be honest with you.
Well, good luck with that.
We'll come back and show you more of Evander Holyfield here. We're awaiting Vitor Belfort in a few moments. You're watching the workouts for Evander Holyfield, Vitor Belfort. Don't forget Saturday night. It all goes down 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time on Triller Fight Club pay-per-view, Fight TV. It all goes down. Evander Holyfield, Vitor Belfort, co-main event. Anderson Silva, former UFC middleweight champion of the world, matches up against the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, the Huntington Beach bad boy Tito Ortiz. Plus, a matchup between two friends whose friendship will have to take a little bit of a sabbatical when they step inside the ring against each other. The former unified cruiserweight champion of the world, former heavyweight titleist David Haye will match up against one Joe Fournier, the billionaire who has an undefeated record. He gets set to take on Evander Holyfield.
I don't know, man. This thing not looking good. How y'all feel about this card? I ain't like the way Holyfield looked out there, bro. He looked a little, 60 for a boxer. He looks like a 60-year-old athlete. But I'm not going to complain. I'm going to cover the fight. I'm going to watch the fight. I ain't doing shit else. But I don't think I'm going to like what I'm going to see. Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz, I thought that was a lot. But this right here. So, $49.99 on fight.tv. The link is down below in the description box. Tomorrow was the press conference. Friday, the weigh-in. And, of course, we're going to be here on Saturday for the fight and the post-fight press conference. Holyfield was supposed to fight Kevin McBride on the undercard of Teo Fema Lopez versus George Kambosos. Holyfield was getting pissed because Triller owed him some money, so Oscar De La Hoya gets COVID. They like, hey, yo, champ, why don't you fight Vitor Belfort? That fight was at 190 pounds, and this fight is at what weight? Now, all of a sudden, Vitor Belfort, who's 44 years old, by the way, Evander Holyfield, 58. He'll be 59 October the 19th. Bro, outrageous. And then how are they pulling this Marvin Gaye Snoop Dogg thing off? Triller, they got a bad reputation now for bringing on dead people. I'm interested to see how Belfort is going to look, because even if Holyfield is he's 60. He's 60. I'm rounding that shit off. Waiting for Belfort to have his media workout. He's coming up next. And yes, they got Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr. commentating, along with Jim Lampley, Snoop Dogg. David Haye is taking on Joe Fournier, his homie. Tito Ortiz is taking on Anderson Silva. That's the only fight I'm really, really, really interested in. But this is, Holyfield looks tremendous to you. Here, while they're on break, let's go back. I'm going to pull it up for you. Holyfield's workout for those who didn't see it. He was only in the ring for about not even 5 minutes. And, it didn't look too... Oh, wait, they're back with Belfort. So here, let's go back.
Triller Fight Club this upcoming Saturday Night Live on a pay-per-view. Evander Holyfield matches up against the Phenom, Vitor Belfort. It all goes down this Saturday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Do not forget, you can order it live on Fight TV, Triller Fight Club. Also, if you want alternative commentary with the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, alongside his son, Donald Jr., by all means, you can go ahead and do that, and make sure to listen to their alternative commentary on the main broadcast. It'll be Jim Lampley, Sean Porter, Sean Wheelock, myself as well. Looking forward to that big night of entertainment. As you heard Nigel Lithgow break it down and really further dive into what is going on Saturday night. Not just boxing, but entertainment, as well as special duet with Snoop Dogg and Marvin Gaye. How that's going to happen, I don't know, but I'm very much excited about that. We talked with Evander Holyfield. We saw Evander Holyfield work out. Awesome. We are going to go ahead, and you're going to see Vitor Belfort work out as he prepares to take on Evander Holyfield. Originally, as we talked about, Oscar De La Hoya was supposed to be the opponent for Vitor Belfort. That fight got moved because Oscar tests positive for COVID-19. So from Staples Center we go, now to South Florida, all in over a week's notice. And it can only be done with what Triller Fight Club was able to do, the entire Brain Trust, Ryan Kavanaugh, Bobby Snarnovich, Nigel Lithgow, everybody else, and really making this event still happen on September 11th, the 20th anniversary of 9/11. And this event, I think, I'm not even speaking out of turn here, but this event is dedicated to all those men and women who serve in our United States Armed Forces, and the policemen and the firemen and those who help to protect us on a daily basis. We thank them so much for their commitment to us as a country. Without them, we wouldn't be able to have the freedoms that we enjoy. So 9/11 has a little bit of a special meaning on Saturday night, not the fact that we're just having a prize fight, but the fact that we are having this event on Saturday night. It is going to be a big evening of boxing and entertainment. Vitor Belfort is getting ready to make his way into the ring in a few moments. I'm going to walk over and see how Vitor is doing. He's just hanging around and, saying hello to everybody. He is, massaging himself. And Vitor Belfort will go ahead and be in the ring in a few moments, talking with Nigel Lithgow and his entire team. Don't forget, it all goes down on Saturday night from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in South Florida. Vitor Belfort, Anderson, and it's interesting that Vitor and Anderson actually worked out. They actually fought years ago. Anderson Silva will be in the co-main event against Tito Ortiz, the Huntington Beach bad boy. Vitor Belfort and Evander Holyfield this Saturday night on Triller Fight Club pay-per-view. The Phenom, he's 1-0 as a professional boxer, looking to make it 2-0. He goes from being the bigger man to being the smaller man in just over a week's time. And stylistically, vastly different opponents from Oscar De La Hoya to Evander Holyfield. Again, this is Triller Fight Club Legends 2. The first Triller Fight Club Legends 1 happened with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. last November. And now Triller Fight Club Legends number 2 that comes your way this Saturday night on pay-per-view. Also, we talked about David Haye and also Joe Fournier matching up. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that you've never seen before. Alternative commentary brought to you by a former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, Donald Jr. Also, Jorge Masvidal is going to be doing commentary with Donald Trump as well. So who knows what's going to be said on that commentary. On the main broadcast, you got Jim Lampley, you have Sean Porter, and also Sean Wheelock as well. I will be on the main call. Looking forward to that. Evander Holyfield and Vitor Belfort match up live from the Seminole Hard Rock here in South Florida. And you know what? Looking at Vitor, he's in impeccable shape. He's focused. He's determined. He's no doubt looking to make a statement against Evander Holyfield. And I'm curious, if Vitor's successful on Saturday, will he decide to do it again And who will he fight? Could he potentially match up against Anderson Silva if Anderson Silva is able to get past Tito Ortiz? Could we see Tito Ortiz and Vitor Belfort inside the boxing ring? Who knows? Anything's possible. Literally. I mean that. When you watch Triller Fight Club, expect the unexpected. You have to watch because you don't know what you're going to see. You're probably going to see things that are unconventional. But guess what? It's about entertainment. It is about merging the worlds of music and boxing together and merging all different generations together. Because if I'm a young kid or if I'm in my teenage years and you hear about the stories about Evander Holyfield and how amazing Vitor Belfort was during his run as in the world of MMA and the UFC, you want to be able to see these guys at some point. And I mean, YouTube's one thing, but being able to see them live on television, performing and really exhibiting their craft, that's unbelievable. So Evander Holyfield's going to expose himself to a new generation of fight fans. The same thing with Anderson Silva and Tito Ortiz. Look, Tito Ortiz said he's honored to be boxing against somebody like Anderson Silva. Now, there's a little bad blood there because of the fact that Anderson was so adamant about keeping the fight at 195, and now, lo and behold, this fight is now, you know, Tito Ortiz said, I'm going to make the weight, I'm going to make him pay for him squeezing me to make the 195-pound limit. Then we talked about the matchup from the UK. David Haye takes on a very tough Joe Fournier. Fournier's a billionaire, owns a lot of gyms and businesses. They got into a little bit of a, not a skirmish, but a debate when they were vacationing because they're friends, and that'll take a little bit of a break. But they got into a debate in Greece about a year ago, maybe. I forgot how long ago it was. But they asked, a friend of theirs asked, who would win between David Haye and Joe Fournier? Fournier said, I'll beat David Haye convincingly. Haye said, I think it'll be a draw. The next day, Fournier said, no, I'll beat you. David Haye said, okay, let's do this. They talked to the brain trust at Triller, and now we have this fight. David Haye back inside the ring. And to begin the night, Andy Bensitz, Joan O'Carroll. That'll begin the main broadcast. And again, we have a preview as well. Tons of entertainment and a special duet with Snoop Dogg along with Marvin Gaye. It all goes down on Saturday night here from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Join us here because you're going to see something that you probably have never seen before over the course of your viewing pleasure watching prize fights, because we have music, we have entertainment, alternative commentary by a former president. I mean, what can happen? Who knows? But you want to join us on Saturday to check out all the action and be a part of the festivities. Very easy to do. Make sure to do it now, order it now, so that you can be a part and locked in on Saturday night. Evander Holyfield, the former unified cruiserweight and former heavyweight champion of the world, as he takes on the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Vitor Belfort. Let's see how Vitor is doing now. He's talking with the media, putting on his gloves. Our lovely ring girls here behind me. And now we're going to see Vitor, if we can get over there and see how he looks. Vitor looks in impeccable physical shape. My goodness. Absolutely chiseled does Vitor
I think he's going to fuck
Belfort.
Holyfield up, yo. I'm scared. I'm legitimately, like, scared. No BSing around. Let's see how he look in the ring, though. He should respect the legend and go soft on him. That's my take.
We are awaiting Vitor Belfort to make his way inside the boxing ring. We'll
Come
talk
on, bro.
with him
Chisel.
as he gets set to match up against Evander Holyfield. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome up to the ring the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, a man who holds the most knockouts in UFC history. He's a finisher, a 1-0 professional boxing record from Brazil. I don't think he has an ounce of fat on him. He's extremely determined. The phenom, Vitor Belfort, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for Vitor Belfort. Vitor, a week, a lot has happened over the course of a week. You go from fighting Oscar De La Hoya in Los Angeles Staples Center. A week later, nope, you're fighting here in South Florida, Evander Holyfield. What went through your mind when all this went down?
As my wife said, in the rules in the house, we see as a problem. Every time something comes into our life, we see as an opportunity. So I named trials, things are changed to opportunity. And this is a huge opportunity, and that's a legendary fight that was supposed to be scheduled a long time ago. And I think it's the merge on these two sports with a legendary two great names that we built our sports, not just Oscar did, but I say I was upgraded from a business class to a first class. You know, Evander is a first class fighter, a heavyweight legend, gold medal. So I'm very excited to be able to do a great event and great combat with him.
How does that change your mindset, though? You were the naturally bigger man against Oscar. Now you're fighting a bigger man in Evander Holyfield.
The king of the jungle is the lion, not the elephant. Size for me is about speed, power, and it's different. The way I was built, I come from a sport that I was 185, 190 fighting guys 300 pounds. People see as a weight as a big advantage. I see it as an advantage. Like I told you, it's like the game is to hit and go and get hit. Of course, they have more power, they're heavier, but I think in my weight division, I can go to a 180 pound, and I can become a 200 pound. But above the 200 pounds, you're a heavyweight. So you got to understand that everyone has it's like your strength and your weakness. So you got to know how to play. That's the thing with fighting, is just understanding what in your strength versus your weakness. So for me, being light, being moved, and that's getting the rhythm. So I'm very confident in my rhythm right now.
A new wrinkle to the show has been added, as providing additional commentary will be none other than the former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, alongside his son, Donald Jr. Jorge Masvidal as well will be providing commentary on that alternative feed. What was your thoughts when you heard the news that you're going to have a president commentating your fight against Evander Holyfield?
I love it. I love it. Like, I think we are bringing into understanding it's the entertaining. And Donald Trump, it's a great figure, but also a guy who can get things done. And that's what I like about people. We're going to get things done. And I think it's everything you can add. And like I told you, you know, people have become so politicized. He's coming as a
He's a fight fan.
Yeah, so you got to
commentator.
Yeah, and people have to put aside their preference and thing of this. And Triller is putting a show to putting the left, the rights, you know, the black, the white, all together. It's a fun thing. It's a 9/11. We're talking about a time that America was strike, and we are literally putting a show. We'd be able to do donation. We'd be able to do providing, you know, joy, putting a generation, grandkids with your kids. They're gonna know who's Holyfield, who's Vitor, Belfort, the music. So it's time to put aside everything and just become human, become following Americans who love the country. And we want to make this the best country in the world, because they are. America is the great country. That's why we all here. A great opportunity. So could not be better. I want to congratulate the whole Triller, the production, Ryan Kavanaugh, his team, because we are literally giving in the 9/11 something you cannot miss.
And also the fact that they moved from Los Angeles to Miami in just over a week. You know how hard that is?
Listen, man, you got to understand one thing. I know we're going through a very hard time. A lot of people lost their loved ones. You know, a lot of people are going through struggles. But until when are we going to see this as a problem? This is an opportunity to come, enjoy. You see football. Everyone is packed. No mask. No one's talking about mask. Why? Because they love football. If you want it, wear your mask. You know, if you want protection, wear your mask. If you don't want, this vaccine, forget all that. That's a sport, entertaining. We want to make it happy, lovely, bring your family, your kids, grandkids. I think it's in a great time to literally put in the past, move into the future, and I think it's going to be an amazing event.
So essentially what you're telling me is tune into the pay-per-view. If you're here in South Florida, come in, forget about what's going on in life. You know, make sure that you're safe to whatever degree you want, but just enjoy a great night of entertainment, because it's not just you guys. The musical acts are unbelievable. Snoop Dogg and Marvin Gaye, I mean, the acts are just unbelievable.
I'm telling you right now, man, it's something that is amazing. Fighting, it's all boxing, it's fun. It's all great. But when you put music, you put all this entertainment together, we're going to have a lot of great entertainers there, fighters, musicians. But Snoop Dogg and Marvin Gaye bringing back, that's something unique. And I just want to thank you for this opportunity that, you know, people come out. It's time to live again. It's time to enjoy life. And I think 9/11 is going to be remembered forever, but 9/11 be able to collide me and Holyfield in the legendary combat. It's putting the martial arts, the MMA, boxing fans going back and just revival this again and just entertaining people. And that's a time that a lot of people struggle, but we're going to bring joy.
Has your strategy changed at all, knowing the fact that now you go from fighting, Oscar to now fighting Evander Holyfield?
When you're ready, you don't need to stay ready. In life, you have to, like I said, I always have one plan. And sometimes going to that direction, you have to change routes, but the plan is still the same. So you just have to adapt the route and just like, when you're going to, you put in your map and you say, hey, accident here, you got to go through here, but your destination is the same.
Well, Vitor, thanks so much for your time. We'll let you work out. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the press conference at 1 Eastern, 10 in the morning Pacific time. We'll let you work out and can't wait to hear you hit the pads, because when you hit the pads, oh my goodness, I don't want to be standing across the ring from you.
Let's go, guys. And tune in. Don't forget, 9/11, get together, put popcorn, get the barbecue going on. Don't miss it. Holyfield versus Belfort, only on Triller.
That's a bad man, Vitor Belfort, the Phenom, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm still in shock that Holyfield is going to be 59 next month and this fight is actually happening. Crazy. That's a big jump from Oscar De La Hoya to Evander Holyfield, and not in a good way. Maybe in a good way for Belfort, but not in the, it's just all wrong. What do you think the pay-per-view buys are going to be? Y'all think people are going to be like, what? Holyfield's fighting tonight. What? We got to buy that. Let's go get something to throw on the grill. I don't know, man. Holyfield couldn't even get down that low. He couldn't do none of that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Scary. Yeah, he'll be 59 next month. October the 19th. By this time, Holyfield was already out of the ring. He did a little bit of shadow boxing, and he was gone. This guy in there doing yoga. Well, maybe Holyfield got that old-ass man strength. You know how they say, the last thing to go is your punch. So, he's got that. You just got to land one big punch, knock Belfort's ass out. You a pervert, Frank. Grow up. Come on, man. You're better than this. It's Wednesday, mate. Grow up. Anyway, once again, the undercard is Anderson Silva versus Tito Ortiz. Andy Vincent versus John O'Carroll. David Haye versus Joe Fournier. They got a special guest appearance from the dead, from the crypt. Marvin Gaye is going to be doing a duet with Snoop Dogg, not even joking. Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr. are going to be on the ones and twos, special guest commentary. They brought Janera back, former Tecate girl. You got Ness in there, dressed like a Dominican. There's Ness in the back. This is a crazy-ass event, but I'm all here for it. $50 on Fight.tv or your local cable provider. I have Verizon Fios. You can buy it off Xfinity as well.
All right, so as we're watching Vitor Belfort work out, as he will take on none other than Evander Holyfield this upcoming Saturday night on Triller Fight Club pay-per-view. But when it comes to Triller, we are very busy. And we have an announcement. It is official. October 4th, that is a Monday. We're going old school. It'll be the lightweight championship of the world I'm talking about the champion, Teo Fema Lopez, matching up against George Kambosos on Monday, October 4th from the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. Monday, October 4th. It'll be live on pay-per-view. And guess what's even better about that? It is going to be cheaper than most pay-per-views a Monday night for the lightweight championship of the world as Teo Fema Lopez matches up against George Kambosos. It is confirmed. Contracts are signed and ready to go. Teo Fema Lopez, George Kambosos. And guys, listen, I'll be honest with you. I sat between the two of them when they had their press conference prior to the Jake Paul Ben Askren extravaganza in Atlanta. They don't like each other. The hatred, and I don't use the word hatred lightly, the hatred has been furthered based on the time difference and the delay. So expect a battle on Monday, October 4th, the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait for that. It is going to be rocking in NYC. We're going to be rocking here in Miami with Evander Holyfield and Vitor Belfort. 2 pay-per-views in less than a month. How the hell do you not love that from Triller Fight Club? Tremendous schedule that we have coming up. And man, oh man, we are kicking off the fall. We thought that the summer was hot. Oh, no, no, no. The fall, we are picking up and turning up the heat in the fall for Triller Fight Club. All brought to you by the outstanding team. Ryan Kavanaugh, Bobby Snarnovich, Nigel Lithgow, Thorsten Meyer as well. Our esteemed publicist, Bernie Barmazal. Ray Flores here in Miami as Vitor Belfort is working out. But just wanted to give you that news because I'm so damn excited I couldn't contain myself. And they go, yeah, tell everybody. So you know what? That's exactly what we're doing as Vitor Belfort matches up against Evander Holyfield, Teo Fema Lopez, George Kambosos, Monday, October 4th from the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. So if you're in NYC, make sure to make plans to join us for that one. I love that building. It is a great place to watch a prize fight. I also love watching, the Seminole Hard Rock. I was there for a fight back in December. Looking forward to checking out the fights. It's a wonderful venue, and the fans will no doubt be alive and well on Saturday night for Evander Holyfield and Vitor Belfort as we continue to watch the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world work out here in South Florida.
This is all craziness. By the way, poor old Evander, he was tired already. He did one little round of shadow boxing with the gloves on. He was tuckered out. Let's see what Vitor's got to do. I'll keep Evander down at the lower screen.
All right. Let me know when. Tell him I don't have my headphones in. Good? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for the workouts here from South Florida. You saw Evander Holyfield workout. You also saw the Phenom Vitor Belfort. Vitor's talking with the media. Real quick, Vitor, before we get out of here, what do you want to tell the fans out there tomorrow? The press conference, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. What do you want to tell the fans?
So stop what you're doing right now and just listen to what I say to you right now.
Yeah, do it now because he's a dangerous human being.
Just listen. I wish you'd be close. I can give you a hug, not a punch. 9/11, it's a very important date to America. Triller chose that date to give you something so valuable. It's entertaining. I know a lot of you guys are, oh, now Trump is going to be in it. Forget all that. It's not a political thing. It's not a political party. This is called boxing music event. Triller. You cannot stay out of it. So Triller want to include you, your family. So they put in an event with story, history. So if you know those histories, like Moses opened the Red Sea so they can go through it. And they close the Red Sea and they kill the enemies. So Holyfield opened the Red Sea for boxing. Holyfield is a legend.
Yeah.
He's a living legend. If you don't know Holyfield, now you know. This man not just brought Olympic medal to America, but he changed how boxing is.
And you're a legend in MMA.
So do I. So I made MMA. I remember watching. I was fighting for beating 3 guys in the night to make $50,000. Holyfield was fighting for $30 million. And I was saying, one day MMA is going to be big as boxing. And I opened that Red Sea, and now we have MMA, huge sport. So Triller putting that event together, but plus...
It's like the United Nations, bringing them all together.
It's like bringing everything together. So music, Snoop Dogg, Marvin Gaye, we got Tito Ortiz versus Anderson Silva common event. So I cannot, so just do me a favor. You're not going to be able to buy a ticket here in Florida. A lot of guys... Pay-per-view. How they can go to pay-per-view?
All they have to do is Fight TV or Triller Fight Club is all you have to do. It's easy. I would do it now.
So let's say how they type right now. People don't know how to type.
Go to TrillerFightClub.com. Fight TV. It's an app. It's in the palm of your hand. Just get it now. It's easy.
Just press send. Yeah, say, Dad, I will pay you later. Just do it, man.
He's telling kids to rob their parents. All right.
That's a good. That's a good robbery.
Say it's an early Christmas gift.
It's an investment for your dad.
Vitor Belfort, thank you so much, Vitor. We'll see you at the press conference. On behalf of Vitor Belfort, our lovely ring girls, Nigel Lithgow, Thorsten Meyer, Ryan Kavanaugh, Bobby Snarnovich. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific time. Also, Donald Trump providing alternative commentary. Never has a former president of the United States given you commentary for a prize fight. It happens here on Triller from South Florida. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
He must be getting some type of pay-per-view bonus if he sells a certain number or something, because he was going hard with that closeout. And most of it didn't make any sense, but at least he tried. We're going to be back later on today. I'm going to take a little bit of a nap. Got to take my dog out. Been working since 4 a.m. A lot of shit going on behind the scenes. We're going to be here tomorrow for the final press conference. And then, of course, on Friday for the weigh-in. Saturday, I'm going to be covering 4 fights on the card. Of course, the main event. Holyfield versus Belfort, the co-feature Anderson the Spider Silva versus Tito Ortiz, Andy Vincent versus John O'Carroll, and then David Haye versus a Joe Fournier. Donald Trump and his son Donald Jr. are going to be doing commentary, along with Jim Lampley returning, as well as Sean Porter. You're also going to have on October the 4th, they announced, it's going to be on a Monday night, Teo Fema Lopez of George Kambosos. It's official. A Monday night, a $20 card. We don't know what the co-feature is going to be, but I'm actually glad it's happening. Teo Fema bit the bullet and he got his ass vaccinated, or he would have been losing out on $3.9 million is what he's going to be making. And George Kambosos, $2.1 million. So we're going to be back later on to talk more about this. But in the meantime, I'm getting up out of here. I'm T Street Controversy with Fight.